President Donald Trump speaks during a news conference at the G7 summit, Saturday, June 9, 2018, in Lamalby, Quebec, Canada. AP photo, Evan Vucci. As a cadet at West Point 10 years ago, I found myself immersed in a Muslim American community in New Jersey. A Jewish future Army officer, I prayed alongside Muslims, engaged in deep conversations with community leaders, and twice slept overnight at the Islamic Center of Jersey City. This was all for a course called Winning the Peace, an important and useful, if ultimately insufficient, effort to prepare cadets to fight wars in countries with cultures foreign to us, amid populations whose trust we needed to earn in order to succeed. I recently connected with a different Muslim American community, this time in California. I'm a veteran now, and the battle in question isn't overseas against raging insurgencies but at home against the bigotry that President Trump has unlocked and emboldened in our own society. Activist and veteran Mansoor Shams has teamed up with Veterans for American Ideals, a human rights first initiative, to organize a project called 29 for 29. Across the country, 29 Muslim families or communities hosted 29 veterans of the U.S. military during the 29 nights of Ramadan. The purpose was to build bridges and show solidarity at a time when Muslim Americans feel increasingly assailed. While Trump's lamentable treatment of Latinos has been the hot topic of late, his words and actions regarding Muslims have been no less incendiary. He has, for instance, pursued a Muslim ban, and retweeted anti-Muslim videos produced by a fascist group. And evidence suggests that the message emanating from the White House is having a broad effect. Hate crimes against Muslims rose in 2015 and 2016, according to FBI data. A 2017 Pew survey indicates that more American Muslims are personally experiencing discrimination, that 62% feel that Americans do not count Islam as part of mainstream society, and that 75% feel that there is a lot of discrimination against Muslims in the U.S., in contrast to 2011, when only 4% of American Muslims said the president was unfriendly toward Muslims. That statistic was a jarring 74% in 2017. This is not okay. Americans, whatever their race, ethnicity, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, shouldn't feel targeted or disaffected. When I was in the Army, we service members, including Muslims and other minorities, defended our country, the values it should represent, and the protections it should provide. Among those ideals are constitutional, civil, and human rights, as well as equality, pluralism, and compassion for the persecuted. My responsibility to support these values did not end when I took off the uniform. Today, these values are under attack from within, and the least I can do is show solidarity with Muslim communities around me. So, I was thrilled to join a family for an iftar dinner at a Bay Area mosque. I observed prayer. I joined in feast. I met a Muslim veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and we discussed our military service. I listened to Muslim community members, local law enforcement and elected officials and interfaith leaders as they delivered messages of peace and unity. And I was honored to be given the opportunity to offer my own remarks to the community. The military is one of the few widely respected institutions left in the United States. Veterans are therefore in a position to help bring the country together. I urge my fellow veterans, and all Americans, to speak out against hatred and to offer support when Muslims in your communities come under rhetorical or physical assault. There is a lot of work to be done, but reason for optimism remains. That 2017 Pew survey indicates, for example, that more U.S. Muslims today than in years past are receiving individual expressions of support. And notwithstanding the rise in hateful acts and rhetoric, 92% of U.S. Muslims are proud to be an American. I share that pride. Most other Americans do, too. With that and much more in common, we can work together to champion the ideals at the heart of our country. Benjamin Haas is a student at Stanford Law School. He graduated from West Point in 2009 and was an intelligence officer in the Army for 5 years, including 2 deployments to Afghanistan. You might also like 3 reasons Singaporeans should apply for HSBC's HSBC Bank dining alone or with loved ones. Enjoy discount at HSBC Air Conditioning, now finally affordable thanks to newthingstoday.com. China looks to Iraq to secure oil supply. Nikkei agent review gruesome Vietnam War photos released from government. www.golftrendster.com. NBA star Kevin Durant buys $12 million oceanfront Malibu mansion. Global Andre Iguodala told Warriors he was going to sign with MercuryNews.com. Miss Manners, he taunts me about his sex with my ex. MercuryNews.com. Ask Amy, he did this shocking thing to our dad with MercuryNews.com. Recommended by